Still be 6. Secret police. Still be 6. Local police force. Still 6. Civilian oversight. 16. Police force seems to be about as low as I want it to go. Yeah, I don't want it over 10. 10's where bad things happen. It's back to 6. Yeah, local police force seems fine. So this should help with the collaboration growth too. Romania rejects the Hungarian demands. The ultimatum's deadline has come and gone without Romanian reply. Outraged Hungarian officials already denounced Romania's government, claiming they are destabilizing the region with their insistence to adhere to unlawful treaties. Both nations seem to be preparing for war that may well erupt any day now. Silver Knight, thank you very much for those bits. Crikey, that was generous. Thank you. Be gentle with the Belgians. I kind of love my country. But we're being a bit nicer to them. They need to just stop misbehaving. That's all. Get a theorist. Assault aviation. Nuclear scientist. Air doctrine. Naval theorist. Fleet in being. Here we go. Lewis Kahn. Do we still have... Yeah, we still have Victors of the Great War. Damn it. That is a pretty big boost to Fleet in Being. Cost 250 though. Or we could get the tank designer. Next tank is available in 41. It would have to be armor and hard attack or reliability soft attack. And in fact, if my industry gets going well enough, we could easily go for infantry tank designer for soft attack and armor. Hotchkiss. What do we need for that? Infantry tanks. It would be this line instead of this line. So levée en masse is infantry equipment cost reduction, support artillery, heavy tank model. This is Hotchkiss. Special forces multiplier, which would mean more marines. Transport. And then that's fort production. Infantry tanks requires either firepower or methodical. Firepower gets us the artillery. Cheaper. Yeah, I think we're going to go firepower than infantry tanks. I mean, that is my favourite strategy with France. And I think it would be a good one here. Cool. That is the upgraded fighter. Excellent. Can we upgrade you a little bit more? We can. We should. We shall. I'm even tempted to start researching strategic bombers. Let's get radar. Radar against Britain's going to be useful. Everything right now is focused on going after Britain. See you, Marshal. Uberdroid, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Would be nice if the Soviet focus tree had a focus to go Tsardom again. Right now they just have the option between Stalinist and Radical Socialist. I strongly suspect that that will be coming in the next DLC. I think it's going to be a political DLC, and I think it's going to be the Soviet overhaul. It's going to be the Soviets in Finland, I think. That's my guess. Or Italy and Ethiopia. But probably the Soviets in Finland. Podcat said 2 years ago he wanted to work on a better political system. Yeah, Spain won the Civil War. Oh, you meant the war against the Soviets. I don't know if they've peaced out. They have not peaced out. Oh, Spain's still in the war against Japan. Oh, the poor sods. Spain really needs to get like a an option to make peace with anyone else they're at war with when they join the war because of the Soviets. Ooh, the upgrades are done. Excellent. So now we have a bunch of fully upgraded submarines. Awesome. So, now it is going to be time for me to design... I have no navy experience. Now is going to be the time for me to build some more convoys. While I start drilling the navy. Actually, can you shift K? No. Alright, start training. Waiting for an Antarctica Hearts of Iron 4 DLC myself. Antarctica? Okay. I think it's going to be Italy next. Italy, Bulgaria, Greece, maybe Turkey. Oh, possibly. I hadn't considered Bulgaria and Greece. That's a good call, actually. (1940) atomic research. More research. So jealousy of stability. I'm sitting here 2 years in my war against Germany, the grand total of 7 stability. Yeah, I mean, there's a reason I focus on getting stability up. It has some really nice bonuses. Like, my industry is just humming along at the moment partially because of the stability. Okay, the Dutch have been forcibly reorganized. Now we can get the research slot. Promising young minds are popping up everywhere. We need to supply them with facilities to conduct their research. Advances in technology can give us an edge where we most need it.
Paris.
You guys are very nearly finished training. Good stuff. Does this DLC actually make the French better than before? Yes, I would say that the French focus tree now is the second best in the game, after the Dutch. The French focus tree is really, really good. They've done an excellent job on it.
Paris.
Assassination of Trotsky. Leon Trotsky, once the top lieutenant and heir presumptive of Vladimir Ilyich Lenin, died today in Mexico City Hospital. He was attacked in his home with an ice axe by a Spanish national believed to have been in the employ of the NKVD. How barbaric. Austria-Hungary joins the Central Powers. Earlier today, the German Empire and Austria-Hungary issued a joint statement. The latter has now been formally granted member status of the Central Powers. Interesting. So Britain's now allied with Mexico. Germany is allied with Austria. Italy is facing off against Germany. Germany is facing off against the Soviets. Probably. Yep, they're going anti-Britain. So we might well see a Germany versus Britain war as well. Poland joined the Central Powers. Estonia joined the Central Powers. Finland joined the Central Powers. Oh, and the Soviets have not done the Winter War yet. That has not begun. Spanish tree is not much more than okay after the Civil War. The Civil War itself, though, is really good. Yeah, I agree. Spain really could do... Like, as massive as the focus tree is, bearing in mind it's actually about twice the size. There's another whole copy of this on the other side for the nationalists. It is really good for the Civil War itself, but there's nothing really to do after the war. It could do with a neutral post-war rebuilding block, like the Spanish Civil War tree for Kaiserreich has. Which is just shared by whoever wins. I have no idea what's going on in this alternative timeline, but I'll be damned if it's not entertaining. I had a feeling this might be good, because the monarchists just get loads of CBs against just everyone trying to recreate old empires, and they just don't join the old groups. Like, the Allies don't exist, the Axis don't exist. Yeah, it's just different. It's very, very different. Oh, yeah, fleet being person. Louis Khan. Done. And we're also generating a fair amount of naval experience now, which is going to pay off because it will allow me to upgrade my destroyers. Although they will be 36 destroyers. But that's okay. The point of these destroyers is they're going to be cheap. In fact, we've already got a Mogador class. Which I don't think we've built any of. But we're going to build the Mogador class E, which is going to be the escorts. They don't need the extra gun, they don't need torpedoes, they do need a good engine. Oh, of course, France starts with level 3 engines, I forgot about that. They do need to have excellent sonar, and also excellent depth charges. Probably upgraded AA. 1,000 each. That's reasonable. We need 17 Navy experience for this. Okay. Doable. Does putting radar on them help as well? Yes. Except for the fact that I don't have access to radar yet. Still researching it. Destroyers is probably not as helpful as light cruisers, though. Light cruisers you do want to give radar because they're the ones who are doing surface detection. Destroyers are doing undersea detection. So you want their sonar to be really good. Sonar and anti-submarine attack. Depth charges. 17, there it is. Wow, we generated that really quickly, crikey. And then I want to start just mass producing these things. Good, that should help. And we are now almost done with the civilian factory churning out. We're up to 189 factories. We have 133 civilians. We are going to industrialize rapidly. I bet even Germany doesn't have that many. Germany has a lot more military factories, but not nearly as many civilians. We have double the civilians that Britain has. This is going to be a strong France. I might finish recoring Spain before the end of 41. That's quite impressive. Wouldn't have been before 43 in my game. Alright, let's get these military factories, and then we're going to start rearming. Our war machine is falling behind in capacity. We need to focus on production of military equipment on home soil to make sure that our forces are constantly given new equipment. Do it. Do it now. Also, we have another 4 military factories, which are going to be, I think, given to more fighters, honestly. Battle of Britain's going to be a big affair. And if my intel on Britain was correct, they have a lot of aeroplanes. Oh, cool! You can see how many factories are dedicated to different areas. 33 on military equipment, 1 on armor, and 34, more than half of their industry, is dedicated to aircraft production. And in fact, something I do need to do is keep these guys upgraded. I need to infiltrate Air Force departments. And then I think I actually want to infiltrate Britain now. We need to start being a bit more aggressive. So let's infiltrate their civilian department first of all, which is going to take both of you. What kind of plane was that you needed? One transport. I started building transport planes. The other thing I do need to also do is research scout planes, which I can actually do right now. And doctrines. Those are still ongoing. Oh! Oh! Next level armoured cars. Become Spy Master. I don't think I can, because I'm not in a faction. Nope. Once I finish this in 15 days, we'll get another spy, though. What do scout planes do? Find ships. They just increase intel. They're like operatives, but you can use them wherever you're in range of aircraft. They just give you information. Including finding ships. That is something they're very good at. And they're surprisingly tough to shoot down. Right. We can actually have a third Mogador E in production. We have a lot of resources, blimey. I guess that comes from a fully upgraded infrastructure. Speaking of fully upgraded infrastructure, the Dutch have not been done yet. Let's do it before the mills. Not that it matters that much. I don't know if Mordred's ready to take on the full might of the Mexican-British alliance. Not yet, but I will be. And there's the Air Force Department, which should also give me another agent in 30 days. Perfect! Right, are you lot done training? Pretty much. Head home. Right, we have 2 ships not currently commanded by anyone. Mine layers is fine. Recon, we do want somebody. Retreat decision chance on a recon is a terrible trait. Politically connected. Recon doesn't get experience anyway, so that's fine. What happened to Portugal? Their flag's different. Portugal is the Kingdom of Portugal now. That's true. How's their war in Brazil going? Oh dear. Not great. I'm going to say that they're going to lose that one. Anyway, I think I'm going to call this right now because I'm already 25 minutes over. I thought I should continue because of Rose's raid, but I really do need to stop and go and get something to eat. So, let's take a look to see who else is streaming right now. And we'll throw them a raid as well. I mean, it's kind of got to be Shenro, doesn't it? Yeah, let's go raid Shen. I think that Shen is doing exactly the same thing that I'm doing right now. I believe that he is playing as Monarchist France. So, head on over to Shen, go see how his Empire of France is differing from my own. He's already in 1945, so he's like 5 years ahead of me, so bear that in mind. Anyway, head over there. I'd like to see his chat lit up with the Viking raid like this. Let's make our presence well and truly known. In the meantime, thanks everyone for watching. I will be back in 1 hour's time. If you have not already done so, then please do consider following the channel so you get notifications when I am back and when I stream in the future. If you are really enjoying this, then do consider subscribing. Helps the channel out, lets me do more of this kind of content. Or you can check out the Patreon, which you can find at patreon.com/MordredViking. Either path will give you an opportunity to get your name in the game, like you saw some of the armies are named after people. I do have a YouTube channel, which you can find at youtube.com/MordredViking, which is at this link here. I do have a Patreon, which is here. And then finally the Discord, which is where the community hangs out, which is here. I am planning to do a La Resistance multiplayer game on Saturday. So if you're interested in that, then please do head over to the Discord. That is where I will be announcing details when I'm ready with that. I haven't actually done it yet. So yeah, that's what I have planned. I will see you in an hour. We shall continue with Emperor Napoleon VI. Until then, goodbye everyone.